Mr. PKD Nambiar, political analyst, is with us on the program as well. PKD Nambiar, this is also interesting to see, and rather delighted to see that something like this is happening in Europe, amidst this north and south divide, which keeps springing up against, this rhetoric against Sanatan Dharma, and who's a Bihari and who's, somebody who's an actual blood from Telangana. It's always good to see India and its holistic culture being appreciated, regardless of the divides that we might have or our politicians might have over petty issues.
Well, Vineet, you said it actually. If you really look at it, the globe or the world is accepting our culture, our dharmas, our belief systems, and even the ideology and the talent which existed once upon a time in this country. And I believe that this is, France, of course, as you said, that it is a very, very friendly country. And even they wanted to celebrate the wisdom which we had in the form of Tiruvallur or any other people. I believe that India's stature globally is growing, and the way Narendra Modi ji as a Prime Minister had given the most importance to the culture, especially the Tamil culture. I don't know, I think he has become a devotee of Tamil culture. The amount of time he has taken the name of Tamil language, Tamil culture, etc. is something which has never heard by anybody. So taking the divide of the north versus south. In fact, a few days ago when the election results were out, there was a big discussion on the south versus north. I think culturally we have always been one. We always had this Akhand Bharat as a concept that has been cemented through our Vedas, our even the shlokas which we pray before the every puja. It has always been embedded, whether we celebrate the Kaveri and the Ganga in the similar level. So I think the north versus south divide is not anymore is going to happen. It may gain for some time for the political purpose, but ideologically, I think we have never been connected more than any time, even now, with the way communication, the way our transportations and etc. So I think even in the era wherein none of these things were available, that time itself we were very well connected. You remember that Kashi and one of the cities in Tamil Nadu were having a corridor connection. Imagine that the Adi Shankaracharya, me and Mr. Nalapat, we from the same state, from the down south, from Kerala, from Kaladi, he had traveled all across the Akhanda Bharat, and Advaita as a subject or as a philosophy has spread all across. He did not, he could have actually stayed only within Kerala or maybe in south of India. No, that was not, because the real concept of India has always been, the concept of Bharat has always been from the Akhand Bharat as a concept. And as Mr. Nalapat said, that we have always traveled, our ideologies, our way of life, our even our gods, Cambodia and etc. You can find our Hindu temples. So I think we never believed as a concept to dominate any culture. We spread on its own. We were a part of the real. We are actually a real Sanatan. Then we don't have to aim to propagate anything new or anything else. But then the beauty is today, the globe, the world recognize not only India as a country, India as a nation or a superpower, but also our belief systems, and they are ready to celebrate Tiruvallur and etc. is a huge welcome note for all of us. It is not, the real relations are built not just economically. That becomes a transactional, but here when you have a statue of Tiruvallur, so that is going to communicate the value system of the Sanatana in a much louder way in front of the world.
Well said, PKD. PKD, concluding thoughts? PKD?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you in my view, the north and south divide is never going to happen. There is a Hindu awakening is happening in this country. It is not anymore that the people will. I know a fact that there was a time when the people don't wanted to identify themselves as a Hindu. They don't have to. They don't wanted to articulate themselves that I am a proud Hindu. But today there is a cultural renaissance of the Sanatana is taking place all across the country, and the effect or after effect of that is also been we can see it in France or in many other places. Even in the Middle East, you are seeing a temple is a very big temple is coming up. So the idea is that the Bharatiyata cannot be can't be sub-regionalized as a Tamil or a Kerala or Ayodhya. That way, definitely no. That even we know that as we are planning to celebrate, celebrate the January 22nd, the Ayodhya Bhavya Ram Temple. We all know that we talk about the moment we talk about Ayodhya, we also equally talk about Rameshwaram, we all Kishkinda, all kind of. So the south-north divide has, the left historians has tried. They tried and made a picture that India was invented by Mughals and then followed by the Britishers. Anything and everything related to our own culture, cultural values, saints, social reformers, or the people like Tiruvallur who have not only just transformed the thought process of that era, even for today and for the times to come. Srinarayana Guru is not celebrated in the north of India. It's only because of the reason simple, that is the left historians wanted to always divide and rule. The Britishers booth उन लोगों के ऊपर चढ़ा हुआ था. So they wanted to divide India. They never wanted to tell us the real story of yours and mine, which we inherited by all of us for thousands and thousands of years. So, but I congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Forget about anything else. There is a cultural renaissance has happened under his leadership, and that is going to be the main thing which will make us the real Vishwaguru, which is going to be a sustainable model. It is not just an economic model, it is also a spiritual model. It is an inclusive model of taking all dharmas and all thought process, all belief systems together. I think that's the way the spiritually awakened society is the one which will be economically prosper forever.
Well said, PKD.